Welcome to the Dollars and Cents podcast and radio show, coming to you from the Wave Beach Realty Studio.
You're listening to the Dollars and Cents radio show with Jonathan Edmond and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and X at Dollars Cents GS and on Facebook at Dollars and Cents.
The holidays are almost here, so it's time to get your financial picture wrapped up so you can have a great Christmas and a happy new year. Reach out to me at coachwesc@gmail.com to get some financial coaching.
Hey guys, don't forget we go live every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 94.5 as well as 106.7, or you can stream us live at talkradiomb.com.
This segment is sponsored by Wave Beach Realty, 843-957-3872.
All right, guys, welcome back in. This is Season 2, Episode 5 that we're rolling with now.
5, yep.
Today we're going to talk, what are we talking about? Some social media stuff?
Social media stuff.
Just how crazy it is in general?
I'm hoping we can actually open up our social media feeds and get something other than politics.
That won't happen. Well, Facebook, I don't get a lot of politics. Twitter, it's all politics.
I think on my Twitter I get more than just politics.
Oh, look at this. Hold on.
Okay. Well,
this is a good one. This is one I had open earlier and before my thing refreshes. So a representative, Nancy Mace, tweeted this photo of RFK and said, who's healthier? And literally somebody commented on it and shared it and said, probably the one who is a doctor and not the one who ate rancid meat, which caused a parasite to crawl into his brain and eat it. So your far left Democrats still believe that person's healthier than RFK.
And what you're showing is, what's the name?
I don't even know
Rachel Levin?
Its name.
Levin?
I don't know. I have no idea.
But yeah, it's a picture of the current head of. Are they the head of?
I don't know.
Anyway, it's Robert Kennedy, and then the one he's replacing.
Somebody comments like, and y'all wonder why you lost the election. I mean, it's just, God, this is a joke. But yeah, social media is I try to stay off it. Twitter, oh jeez.
What are you saying now?
Look, and more. This is a troll, but it said, "This is Donald Trump's America. Are you happy, Republicans?" And it's ICE taking Dora the Explorer out the country. Oh, that's just a troll. That's funny, but wow. It's crazy. It's wild, the stuff that's on Twitter. But yeah, the left on Twitter has gone wild. They are having.
Here's
meltdown.
One for you. This is from Elijah Schaefer. I think he's a pretty big. I still want to say Twitter. He tweets a lot. I still don't like posts. I like tweets better.
Yeah.
RFK Jr. says there will be a COVID trials once appointed as Secretary of HHS. It says Trump administration will use RICO filings to break up big pharmaceutical cartels.
Oh, you know what they first used the RICO for? Yep. Mayor Giuliani used that to fight the mafia.
Yes.
And now they're using it, and then they used it against him.
As I said, he used it against Trump, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the libs of TikTok, they've had some funny ones the last few days. People are really upset. I guess I don't understand how you can live in a world where you think just because a different president is put in place that it's going to affect your life drastically that much next day.
It never will drastically. There's certain changes
our government set up.
Yeah, that's the point of the government, is to be there, but you're supposed to just have the freedom to do whatever that's the point of America, is to be able to do what you want, be the freest possible. Obviously, that's changed with all the censorship and stuff that's been going on. Looks like we may flip that back now, but yeah, it's no matter if Trump's in office or if Kamala had won, if you thought she was going to change, nothing's going to change. Like, things will change, but
eventually, yeah. I mean,
but it takes progress takes a long time.
Quickly,
right?
But over 4 years, he's definitely changed how we live.
Yeah.
Same thing with Obama. It was 8 years. Nothing changed immediately, but it changed over those years.
Right.
Trump, same thing. So, but just the post I've seen, like, I lost my rights today.
Yeah, it's like everything's over.
Live. Yeah. And they did say, this is sad, I forget the number, but how many suicides happened after Tuesday night, after election night? I mean, just to be that much wrapped up in this and thinking it's going to affect your life that much that you're willing to take your life.
It just goes back to what I keep saying, is there's a huge mental health crisis in this country.
There is. There really
and I'm hoping some of the stuff RFK does on his end might help with that. I don't know. I don't know if it'll translate, but hopefully it does some. But it's a mess. It's a mess.
They're driving me crazy. What's her name? Psaki? I always call her Psaki, and I know I'm not supposed to. Says laws have to change because people are getting information from social media instead of TV.
What laws are you going to change to keep people from make people choose?
There's no fact-checking mechanism.
Yeah, there is. That's what Twitter has, a built-in fact-checking.
That's what it says, false community notes.
Did the community notes comment on that and say that?
No, but the guy who posted this said, false. Community notes isn't perfect,
community
but it does far better job than the MSM, which is mainstream media fact-checkers.
Yeah.
They don't like it because they can't control the narrative.
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk, RFK's Maha agenda, plus the Trump border effect, how you pumping your fist again, plus will the Senate confirm? So that was what he was talking about today. So we're on the same kind of subjects.
Yeah. See, on my Facebook, none of this. It's just people posting their food and
that's good.
Houses for sale.
I'm hoping we get out of this cycle of all these politics.
Yeah,
but
see, like my Facebook's a lot more wholesome.
Oh, I like
you
that.
Get hotter? Yeah, there's like they're behind an enclosure, but there's like a little thing where they put their hands through, and you can like shake hands with them. I don't know where this is. It's in Austria. It's pretty cute. Yeah, it's pretty cute actually. So I go to Facebook for stuff like that.
So maybe.
Oh, you might. They might. Maybe that's where that's at. Yeah. But the social media in general has been such a negative. I mean, it's good because you can get your news from multiple places and people can connect, and there's a lot of good qualities. But the social media has had such a negative impact. I think it's a lot of the mental health stuff that actually I would contribute that to social media.
Yeah.
A lot of your misfits and people like that who want to maybe try to go on social media for recognition and don't get it. I think it fuels mental health issue and body people with body issues, and there's a lot of stuff that it's affected.
I don't know if you saw that. It's probably about a 10-year-old movie now called The Social Network or something like that.
I actually never watched that, but I know exactly what movie you're talking about.
It's called The Circle.
I think it is called The Social Network.
Well, the one about Facebook.
That's The Social Network.
That's The Social Network. There's another one called The Circle. Tom Hanks, I think, was in it.
Oh, I have it. Oh,
and it was about literally living to get likes on your. You were graded by how many people liked your stuff, basically.
There was a show called The Good Place that actually I'd only watched like a season of it where
was like heaven or something.
It was kind of like it was kind of, but it was like you had like a social score, and like if you did good things, you're like it was like a weird like euphoria type of like a euphoric type of place, like a I don't know if it was technically heaven. It might have been, maybe it was a representative of heaven, maybe it was supposed to be something like that, or like a waiting place for heaven, something like that. But it was a weird show. I watched like
dancing,
a season.
Right?
Yeah. But
you saw this the other night, right? I'm showing up a picture.
Sylvester
Stallone and Trump. He actually introduced him last night. I was shocked. I didn't think Sylvester Stallone would even be in the same room as Trump. I kind of thought he was a liberal leftist.
I didn't know. Yeah,
but no, he actually called him a mythical character.
I saw the quote. I didn't actually see him actually say it, but I saw there was a quote about it also on Twitter. They were saying stuff about it.
We talked about this on the earlier podcast about the president of Argentina.
He looks young.
Yeah, he is very young. He's also an economist.
Nice.
He's also kind of perverted. I forget
really?
something. There was something I read about him. I was like, yeah, he might give economists a bad name. So far, he hadn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm on Instagram at this point, and everything's still politics.
Yeah, my Instagram's not a lot of politics. There's I follow like a lot of pages that just post like funny stuff on Instagram. I go to Instagram just to get a chuckle. Mike Tyson's the first thing that popped up.
The president of Argentina doing the YMCA dance at Mar-a-Lago.
The first thing that popped up on my feed is Mike Tyson, because he's fighting tonight.
Oh yeah,
it's on Netflix. He's fighting Jake Paul. Well, what's not fair is that Mike Tyson's almost 60 years old. He's fighting a man that's 30. So even though Mike Tyson was one of the best fighters of all time and a monster in his prime, he's 60 years. He's 57. I mean, his chin's not the same. Like he takes one bad hit, it's over. You're almost 60 years old. So I don't think it's even fair, because he's going to make $20 million.
But he's rich already. I mean,
he's rich already, but he blew a lot of his boxing for. He did a lot of bad stuff, when he made all of his money boxing. The money he has now
is not... He was in jail, too, wasn't he?
I think that was a sexual assault.
Yes.
I guess
$20 million, but I don't see why him being 60 would step back in the ring with a guy who's going to just rock his... unless the guy is a I shouldn't say that because you're that generation, but maybe that generation's boxers are not quite as tough.
Well, he's not even a real boxer. He's a YouTuber that became famous, and he's just boxing.
I thought he was a boxer.
But he's been boxing, and now when he's becoming probably close to what you would consider a lower to mid-level professional boxer. He's actually pretty good. I'm not a fan of him at all. I really don't like him.
Yeah.
So that's all over because that'll be on Netflix. I'll probably watch that tonight, to be honest with you.
I don't have Netflix, so I can't watch it. I'll just hear about what happens. Does it go past one round?
Well, I would imagine it'll make it into like 2 or 3 rounds, but obviously boxing matches are usually 12-round fights. This is an exhibition. I don't know if it'll be 12 rounds or not, but anyway.
This is one. I don't know if we got a chance to talk about this, but you know that the Harris campaign raised $1 billion for the campaign. They literally raised $1 billion.
Yeah, they blew it all on Beyonce and everybody else.
Oh, yeah. But they still have a $20 million debt to pay off. They're still asking people to
That's wild. To ask for money, and people will do it too.
Oh yeah. But like you said, and then they asked Oprah, did she get $1 million payment? She said no. But then they showed the paperwork. She didn't get the payment, but Harpo, her media company, got two $500,000 payments.
Right, of course.
And what's the activist name? Franklin, Reverend.
Oh. Yeah,
not Sharpton. Is it Sharpton?
You got Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are the two big.
Must be Sharpton. He did that town hall for Harris.
Yeah,
and he got a big donation to his foundation beforehand. I mean, it's really getting. They cross so many lines.
Yeah.
I thought Conan O'Brien was gone, but he's hosting the Oscars this year.
Is he?
Yeah. Trump's new border czar responds to Democratic governor says he'll stop ICE from enforcing immigration. Did you see that? Where the Illinois governor come out and said that they would stop people from taking their residence? Because he called the illegal immigrants residents and not he didn't say citizens.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, he was like, yeah, you're going to have to come through me. And then what's his face said, I have no problem doing that. So, yeah. It's gonna be an interesting time. Yeah,
so there's gotta be something on here besides politics.
No,
it really is.
Mine has plenty of random stuff. My Instagram's so random though; it's just a bunch of jokes and silly stuff. It's nothing serious.
What's her name? Joy Reid. Joy Reid.
That idiot on The View?
No, not that one. That's Joy Behar, isn't it?
I don't know.
I can't remember the names. That she's having meltdowns all over the place. So she's the one on is it CNN or MSNBC?
Okay, I think that might be Joy Reid actually.
Yeah, she's having meltdowns all over the place. They're funny to watch. Tim Ballard. Do you know much about Tim Ballard?
I don't.
He's the guy that the show that came out with Jim Caviezel that Angel Studios put out. What's the name of the show? It was on about sex trafficking. And that's an interesting story we should look at sometime.
Okay.
But Tim Ballard is the one who started this organization basically to go free human slaves, basically.
Oh, wow.
And they've been attacking him like crazy too because he's getting close to exposing, because a lot of this stuff is feeding into this Hollywood and Washington perverted scene.
Yeah.
And so he's been under attack for a long time.
Right.
But he's a very interesting guy. He's been accused of sexual misconduct with some of the people and stuff. I mean, it's like this. Every time somebody's doing something good, they get hit with these charges, which they may be true, but it just seems after a while I get tired. It's always the same thing.
What sucks though is when you like accuse people of stuff like that, you're like really hurting actual victims of that when you're like making up false, because then people, when you prove out that that's not like people are proved like, okay, they made this up, then it's like, okay, well, people just make that up all the time, and then you're actually hurting people that would that are actual victims of that. So you just shouldn't do that to people.
I can't find anything on social media other than the regular stuff, political stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter, that's 99% of mine. I get a little sports news on there, and then it's all politics. My Instagram's just random, and Facebook is just people I know posting goofy stuff.
We've got to, get your phone out. We've got a mission. We've got to find something other than politics and all this stuff.
On Twitter?
On anything.
Oh, I got plenty of stuff.
Okay.
Are you looking to buy a home in the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas? You need to reach out to Wave Beach Realty today. Wave Beach Realty has been around since 2013 and is a local family-owned company. We specialize in investment properties, single-family homes, multifamily, and Condotels. Call Wave Beach Realty today at 843-957-3872. That's 843-957-3872. You're listening to the Dollars and Cents Radio Show with Jonathan Edmond and Wes the Economist. Don't forget to send us your topics and feedback at dollarscentsgs@gmail.com.
This part of the show is brought to you by Clark Financial Coaching. Reach out to us at coachwesc@gmail.com. That's coachwesc@gmail.com to get a free consultation to help you get your financial picture in focus. Anything but politics. So, what do you got?
Well, I mean, my Instagram is just a bunch of memes and stuff. It's like,
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of ads on Instagram too, though.
Yeah, my Facebook page has got a lot of ads. Okay, so first thing, this will tell you a little bit about me. My first feed up is from Fortnite Fun Over 50.
What is it?
Fortnite Fun Over 50.
Fortnite Fun Over 50.
I'm in a group.
Oh, that's right. Let's talk about that. Actually, let's talk about. We've talked enough about social media. This is kind of social media. Let's talk about Wes's adventures on Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah, I spent some time on Fortnite. I've got some friends all over the world. Actually,
are you a computer player on Fortnite? You're a keyboard?
PS5.
PS5.
Yeah, I've got some friends. A friend of mine, Brad, out of Vancouver, plays on it, and a guy named Uber Trucker, which is a guy named Jason. Both of them over 50.
Yep.
Both really good. I mean, they're really, really good. I've got a friend in Washington State that we play quite often, and then a friend in Florida. Those three of us usually play every night for an hour or so.
Gotcha. Okay. See, I used to play some Fortnite. I'm an Xbox guy, though. I'm not a PlayStation guy. I like the Xbox controller substantially better. I'm a Call of Duty guy, though. It's very similar to Fortnite, except you're not building. It's just like real war. Like you die, it's survive. You know, there's a circle that closes in, but it's gas instead of like just a circle.
Yeah.
And it'll.
Well, Fortnite's a storm.
It's a storm. Well, it's a storm now, but this is like this is
chemical
gas. Yeah, this is you're
I've
getting
actually
gas.
played a little. My son. Okay, I got in this because my son in New Zealand wanted to play online with me.
Yep.
So he took me to Call of Duty, and I just.
It's a different world.
It's a different world.
You can't build. You got to.
Well, I don't build in Fortnite anyway. So he said, "Well, let's try this zero build Fortnite. It's easy." So I started playing. I actually was going to get off because he changed jobs, so we weren't getting played as much. So I was going to get rid of my PlayStation, and I found this Fortnite over 50s group, and I was like, "Really? People actually do play this over?" Because I mean, I started with Atari. My first video game was the Atari 2600. I played Asteroids, Missile Defender.
I've played an Atari. It was before my time, but I played. But my first console was the original Nintendo, the NES, where you blow on the cartridge, put it in, push it down.
Yeah, you know what it says on that cartridge, right?
Don't blow on it.
Don't blow on it.
Don't blow on it. It works every time, though.
I was going to get off, and I found this group, and there's a lady. Actually, first it was a guy named Thomas out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's about my age, a little younger. He had started this group because there's another Facebook group that's Fortnite Over 50.
Okay,
but it turns out I've heard some really wild stories about it. It was started by this lady, and you can't do anything in the group unless it pushes people towards a stream. So she bans people, and she does. So they started this so people just have fun. And literally, we have like 1,500 members. And Thomas, he works for the railroads, great guy. He started this, and then Taryn came alongside of him. She lives in Pennsylvania, so they work together. And then there's a guy here in South Carolina named Jason that is a high school teacher up in the Midlands.
Okay.
So they kind of put this thing together. And so it's pretty cool to play with people your own age, and they some very unique people. Some of them are very sweaty. And if you don't know what sweaty means in Fortnite, it means they're just gung-ho about winning. Mm-hmm. But most of us we laugh more than anything. We do stupid stuff.
Yeah. See, me and my friends are pretty competitive about winning, but we just talk crap to each other the whole time. Like, me and my buddy Bobby will play, and we're pretty good. And then our buddy Corey and our other buddy Shane are, like, not very good. Mm-hmm. So we'll be, like, carrying them. And then, like, Corey will do something stupid. We're like, Corey, what? And we'll just, like, rag him for, like, 5 minutes straight.
Now, we do that, too, don't we?
Yeah, it's...
He'll like,
are you with us? What?
yeah, Corey, if you ever listen to any of these shows, stop running off by yourself and getting in fights with 4 people. It doesn't work.
The big thing on our group right now is making AI photos.
Oh yeah, that's AI West right there. Yeah,
I wish I looked like that. maybe that'll
If
be
you
a goal of mine to get to that.
listen,
like
listen.
that.
With RFK in there making America healthy again, anything's possible.
Oh, I got to get my exercise again. My biggest problem right now is I got so many issues in my joints that I can't exercise.
Yeah, exercising's key. I mean, it starts with just as easy as just getting out and walk, just taking a walk around the neighborhood if you can.
After I walk 2 or 3 days, I have some other ailment.
Yeah.
I'm working with a doctor, so hopefully I can do that. But
Yeah,
so I run Fortnite. I'd like to, but my knee will not flex enough to turn the pedal. My football injury, basketball, baseball injury.
Yeah,
So I didn't let my kids play as much sports as I did because I'm paying the price for.
Yeah,
but they did play enough to get the fundamentals and all. And all my kids were good enough to actually play college ball and win a sport, but I didn't push them, and they weren't very competitive, so I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I had so many friends who were just like, "You going to this? You going to this? You going to travel ball?"
Well, when you push kids to play sports too hard, though, it actually makes it not fun for them anymore.
Yeah,
a lot of them will pull away from it.
I saw a lot of kids who were doing it for the dad or mother's benefit, not theirs.
Yep.
So, did you find anything else? You're just done with social media. I can tell.
Social media.
This is a segment, and you keep putting it away.
Listen, I thought we were going to talk about like the detriment of social media. I didn't know we were just going to scroll it. All right, I'll get back on Twitter because that's where everything good is.
I thought that's what we wanted because we did this before.
Well, what we're doing just shows how bad social media is. We're sitting here just scrolling.
It really is.
Let's see.
Zelensky, war will end sooner under Trump administration.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, here's that same one you were just looking at in a different format.
Yeah.
Department of Health in 2021. That's that.
It's accurate.
Trans person versus. He is ripped, isn't he?
He's in great shape.
Yeah.
He is in great shape. Apparently, over 800 Utah homes lost power after a woman climbed the transformer, and there's a video of her in Salt Lake City just crying. I don't know, probably protesting Trump. I don't know. That's on my Twitter, though.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we misunderstood. I misunderstood what we were talking about. I thought we were talking about.
Oh, well, this is fine, too. I'm good with it. I mean, social media.
But there's another podcast for us because we probably need to break that down. You know?
Somebody shared this photo. This is a view of America from the moon.
It's got the Trump hat.
America's wearing the Trump hat, the MAGA hat. So, yeah, this is why I have Twitter, for this funny stuff. I love this.
Social media harms. So that's going to be another podcast. 'Cause that is a good topic. I didn't think about it. So we'll definitely put that on our list to do. We used to have a list. What happened to our list? Kind of got away from it.
We just kind of roll. We just kind of roll.
We don't
off
need
the
it
cuss
anymore, right?
now. Elon Musk showing a picture of a Starship booster coming back, landing in Mexico. I mean, he's got all kinds of stuff going on, man.
He's got, and again, I know he's also got some really intelligent people working for him.
Yeah,
because I know he's possibly can't be doing all this.
Right. President-elect Trump has sued New York Times, CBS, and other major media outlets for $10 billion. I don't know how. That's a leading report. That's a legitimate news source.
He's not. He's going after him.
This said, here's a it's a video, and it says RFK Jr. when he finds out you have an illegal stash of Fruit Loops, and it shows people like busting through the door. RFK's not going to take your Fruit Loops.
Is he going to take the Fruit Loops?
But the artificial dyes that are in a lot of the cereals and a lot of the other stuff he's trying to get rid of, so your Fruit Loops might just not look like as cute anymore if he gets those dyes.
What you're saying though is if he is going, we probably need to end up here soon and get to that one because that's the one you're going to really get on.
I'm going to start buying a bunch of Fruit Loops that still have color in them and just sell them on eBay in 10 years and make millions. Don't copy my strategy.
Well, you copying mine. I told you about my Twinkies.
Yeah, you did it with the Twinkies. Well, I'm starting a new trend with the Fruit Loops.
With the Fruit Loops.
Yeah, with Fruit Loops.
But according to what you're telling me is all this bad stuff that should taste better when he's through with it.
It won't necessarily taste better.
You don't think so?
The dyes don't add flavor, though. They're just to make it look more appealing.
About, I would think you put better ingredients in it would be a better taste. If you use better
ingredients, but it costs more to make. So maybe the cost of that product will be a little bit more.
It.
But I think some people would prefer to pay a little bit more if they knew what they were eating was not going to take as much of a toll on them. I would.
Yeah, some of this processed food goes back to what we talked about in that segment we did on the population boom. Back then, it was worried about are we going to have enough food for these people?
Right.
And this process, a lot of our issues came about that people were coming up with new ways to process food,
Right.
so we could feed more people on the planet.
Well, now our population is declining, so let's go back to healthy ones. Survive.
The worldwide population is going up. United States population,
but
replacement rate is down.
Yeah. And we're going to deport 50% of the country, according to. We're deporting all the Democratic voters.
Well, I read something about it the other day about how it didn't work. They put all these people in places that didn't work.
Yeah, they tried. It was a good shot. Listen, you can't A for effort for sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, we're done with this one then. Let's move on to...
I say we'll wrap up social media. We'll talk about how horrible it is later on. But, I think we'll conclude the scrolling social media and seeing all the trash that's on there, along with some good news.
Still politics, so hopefully another week. Next time we do this in a couple of months, maybe there'll be some more actual news.
Yeah, maybe news, or maybe we'll just have some good topics to talk about that aren't politic related.
Exactly. That would be nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Mortgage payment, insurance payments, credit card payments. They can be very overwhelming. Are you ready to take the time to get things under control? Then reach out to me at Clark Financial Coaching to see if we can get you started with a budget and then a vision for the future. Write me at coachwestc@gmail.com. That's coachwestc@gmail.com.
You're listening to the Dollars and Cents Radio Show with Jonathan Edmond, the conspiracy theorist, and Wes, the economist. Don't forget to send us your emails at dollarscentsgs@gmail.com, and please follow us on Instagram and X at dollarscentsgs, on Facebook at Dollars and Cents, and please listen to us on the podcast format on Spotify and Apple at Dollars and Cents Radio Show. Are you looking to buy a property in North or South Carolina and need financing? Call Motto Mortgage Coastal Pros today. They specialize in investment properties as well as condotels, DSCR loans, single family, and condo loans. If you're looking for competitive rates and you want to shop around and find the best rate for this market, give us a call today, 843-957-3872, 843-957-3872.
Want to know more about economics? Then look for my podcast, Econ Sense, at Apple and Spotify, or reach out to me at west.the.economist@gmail.com. It's west.the.economist@gmail.com.